AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California. Right now, let's check in with the NFL Network now.
I'm JB Long with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Jordan Love era is underway in Green Bay, and the biggest question mark is how he'll fill the shoes of Aaron Rodgers. Head coach Matt LaFleur is confident in his young quarterback, saying, quote, "Just watching him last year, I think Jordan's made some huge strides." LaFleur giving credit for Love's development to quarterback's coach Tom Clements, saying, quote, "He knows how to drill them, and he's very, very consistent. He doesn't sugarcoat anything." Meantime, in Chicago, the Bears are preparing to open off-season workouts with a revamped offense. And offensive coordinator Luke Getsy thinks his quarterback, Justin Fields, is showing that he's light years ahead of where he was last year at this time. Fields, in just his second campaign, broke multiple quarterback records in rushing on his way to a team-leading 1,143 yards and 8 touchdowns. And after missing nearly half of the 2022 season with knee injuries, Rams wide receiver Van Jefferson says he's feeling like himself again and is excited to get back to work. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code HOT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code HOT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
And it is a Monday, the 8th day of May, 2023. We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230, KXO, El Centro, California. Live and local right here with you. Yeah, we get it. In the newsroom, Gene Brister. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Carroll.
Another beautiful day in the valley.
Yeah, they just get better and better.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk about the weather this morning, too.
We will, because it's going to stay nice.
Tell you more. Just stick around with us.
Okay. What is going on? Well, we had a lot of events this past weekend, and coming up, well, it's a double dip for Mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mother's Day in Mexico is always May 10th. Mother's Day in the U.S. is, I believe, the second Sunday of the month of May. Mm-hmm. So Wednesday and Sunday, Mother's Day. And Mom deserves 2 days.
Well, I wouldn't argue with that. I don't want to get in trouble.
No, it... actually, Mom deserves more than 2 days. So
every day. Yep.
Oh, well. So exciting weekend?
Yeah, I worked in my yard. That was exciting. Huh?
I did a bit of that as well. And just some, there's always something to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
It didn't let me down. There's always things to be done.
Nope, always something around the house to do. Are you ready for some birthdays?
Birthdays, we've got some.
Well, let's jump in with singer Toni Tennille. She's 83. No word on the captain. I think the captain passed away a couple of years ago.
Yes, he did.
Yes. Actor Mark Blankfield. He was in Robin Hood, Men in Tights, a funny movie. He's 75. Singer Philip Bailey is 72. Drummer Alex Van Halen of Van Halen, 70. Actor David Keith, 69. Actor Raul Max Trujillo is 68. He's in the Mayans motorcycle club that a good part of it shot here in the valley.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes. Actor Melissa Gilbert, Little House on the Prairie, is 59. Singer Enrique Iglesias, 48. Actor Matt Davis is 45. Actor Domhnall Gleeson, 40. And actor Julia Whalen is 39. So you want some local birthdays?
Local, yes.
Yeah, hang on. They're coming.
For more than a century, AM radio has evolved to meet the needs of our community. In their car, at home, or on the job, more than 80 million listeners depend on AM radio each month. AM radio is also the backbone of the emergency alert system, which keeps us safe in dangerous times. It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Amanda Thomas, Dylan Morales, Destiny Rogers, Daniel Maras, Leah Daughtry, Manuel Butner, Maria Diaz, Miguel Martinez, Michaela Wayne, Phyllis Littrell, Violetta Wilkins, Sandra Loya, Ruben Guzman, and Arian Turan. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie. Short list, but a very good list, right? Quality.
Quality. Oh, yes.
That's what we shoot for every day.
Quality.
Yes. By the way, ran into an old friend of ours, and he said to make sure I said hello to you, Larry Bratton.
Larry Bratton.
Yep.
Well, where did you see Larry?
I saw Larry in the grocery store squeezing the tomatoes.
Well, that sounds like where he was the last time I saw him. He's the champion tomato squeezer.
That must be it, yes. Anyway, I think store security was on to him.
Got to protect those tomatoes.
You got it. Okay. And, well, again, this is a time of year, there's all sorts of things going on. And I had thought about Campo days, were Saturday and Sunday, and I was hoping I'd find the time to go yesterday, and just didn't work it out. But there's so, up in Campo and what is now, it used to be Jacamba, now it's Jacamba Hot Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of very interesting history in that area.
Lots of history.
And to include Camp Lockett,
mm-hmm.
where the Buffalo soldiers were.
Buffalo soldiers were there. There's the barracks. It looks like they were just left yesterday.
Yeah.
They're still there and quite in good shape.
There's the Rail Museum.
Yeah.
The Transportation Museum.
Yeah.
And just a lot of things. I think later in the summer, we'll look into heading up that way. Just, get out of the heat for an hour or two.
You can take a train ride, too.
That's what I understand. Yeah, weekends.
Yeah.
So
got a whole group of people that volunteer to keep that going.
Yes. And doing some research, my great-great-grandfather was an iron molder for the Pennsylvania Railroad in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Back in those days, we're talking 1860s. They made the locomotives by hand.
Mm-hmm.
They molded each of the parts and the pieces, and that's what he did. I have some of his tools that he used.
They must be quite large.
No, they're actually the small ones that apparently were used to clean out the sand molds.
Huh.
So I just kind of find that interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready for some news?
I'm ready for some news. We just shared an interesting tidbit. Now we'll get down to the brass tacks.
Down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
It's World in California News Headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. Survivors speak out after a mass shooting at an outlet mall in Allen, Texas that killed 8 people. Joshua Barnwell tells CBS Mornings.
Basically shouting at anybody that was around me to take cover to get down. And while I was behind this wall, I went to dial 911. I got through to 911 and let them know what was happening.
Police shot and killed the gunman who wore a neo-Nazi patch on his clothing. Police in Brownsville, Texas are holding a news conference next hour on the driver who plowed his SUV into a crowded bus stop near a migrant shelter. This man was injured.
A woman in a white car came by and said for us to move, and another car behind her came toward us at full speed.
8 people died. E. Jean Carroll's arrived at court in New York City.
Hey guys, can you make room for her, please?
Closing arguments are underway in her civil case against former President Trump. She accuses him of assaulting her in a department store fitting room. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Warming conditions across the state to start the week, with water rescue teams around California bracing for rising rivers and streams as the snowpack continues to melt.
And with this sustained water that's been coming down the cold, fast, snow-fed rivers, we're really encouraging folks to take some very basic water safety steps.
Zachary Corbo with the Drowning Accident Rescue Team in Sacramento County. Reservoirs releasing water to make room for the anticipated snow melt, with waterways running fast and cold. Head of Homeland Security confirming a surge at the southern border as pandemic-related asylum restrictions end this week. Alejandro Mayorkas reaffirming plans to push through a new policy by Thursday that will make it more difficult for migrants to seek asylum if they pass through another country on their way to the southern border.
What we are seeing is an operation that was stood up in 72 hours by the United States Border Patrol to address a surge predominantly of Venezuelan nationals.
Warming, dry conditions across the state to start the week. A drop in temperatures midweek. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for maintenance, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. You'll find 3 locations in the Valley at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Monday morning, here's Eli Moreno-Drew.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection has a reminder for Mother's Day. There are certain restrictions for commodities imported from Mexico. Mother's Day is one of the busiest times of year for flour imports, and there are some restrictions. Chrysanthemums from Mexico are prohibited at the passenger port of entry. You cannot bring floral arrangements with mums into the country. CPB says to avoid delays or fines, declare all flowers being brought into the U.S. Travelers should always declare all items acquired abroad to CPB officers to avoid civil or criminal penalties. More information is available at the CPB website.
Well, the U.S. General Services Administration, or GSA, says that the new permanent southbound roadway at the downtown Calexico Port of Entry will open at 10 a.m. today. The project is part of Phase 2A of the port's larger modernization and expansion project. The entrance to the permanent roadway remains at the intersection of West 2nd Street and Cesar Chavez Boulevard. Work on Phase 2A continues with the installation of a pre-primary vehicle inspection area, shade canopy, a new administration building, employee parking area, and 6 additional northbound vehicle inspection lanes. KXO News Time 743.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
By the way, Gene, today is the beginning of National Correctional Officer and Employee Week. There'll be a special ceremony at the Imperial County Sheriff's Office this morning, recognizing the correctional officers and employees.
All right. Well, weather in the news, as we promised. Here's more on that story.
The National Weather Service says we can expect more near normal temperatures for the next several days. Warming temperatures will continue Monday and Tuesday before dipping a bit on Wednesday and then adding a few degrees into Thursday and the end of the week. More dry weather is in the forecast. Winds will pick up on Tuesday as a dry front passes to the north. Expect more than 40-mile-per-hour winds on Tuesday before moderating Wednesday and into the weekend. High temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s and then reach triple digits by next Saturday.
Well, the fire at Spreckles Sugar is still smoldering. Imperial County Fire Department and Office of Emergency Services continues to monitor the situation. The fire could smolder for an extended period of time. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the Valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. It's the KXO Radio Summer Reading Program for kids. We have some great books, especially for kids, and we're going to give them away. These are books from the National Geographic Kids Collection, and they are great for young readers. Listen to KXO AM 1230 and be caller number 10 at 760-352-1230 when you hear... You could win a copy of the National Geographic Kids' Little Kids' First Big Book of Sports by James Buckley Jr. Listen and win on KXO AM 1230. Page 2 of the local news and weather, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food, specializing in sushi rolls. There are 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state.
The Imperial County Sheriff's Office nabs a huge haul of fentanyl pills. Here's more on that story.
The Imperial County Sheriff's Border Crime Suppression Team took 50,000 fentanyl pills off the street on Friday, May 5th, 2023 at about 7:30 p.m. A traffic stop on Interstate 8 east of the State Route 98 interchange was made by ICSO deputies. The driver of the vehicle, 51-year-old Juan Manuel Leon of Yuma, was detained and then arrested after he was found to have a warrant for his arrest from Riverside County. A search of Leon's vehicle led to the discovery of 50,000 fentanyl pills. Leone was booked into Imperial County Jail for the warrant, and other charges are pending.
Well, the Imperial Valley Economic and Energy Summit is coming. The Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation, along with others, will host the annual event on June 15th of this year at Imperial Valley College. There will be presentations, conversations, and discussions about leading and emerging industries in Imperial Valley. Yes, it was another earthquake that you felt over the weekend. Here's more on that story.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese.
Well, we can tell you that it was 3.5.
Yes.
It's been upgraded to a 3.6, actually. Does that make a big difference? It occurred at 7:16 a.m. Saturday morning. And again, the epicenter, Heber.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates Sushi Rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous Sake Bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingan. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says temperatures through Tuesday will run a couple of degrees above normal before a dry weather system starts to move into the area by Tuesday night. This will result in breezy to locally windy conditions Tuesday into Wednesday, and a brief cool down on Wednesday before another warming trend sets in for late in the week. 89 our high yesterday, 57 the overnight low. Today sunny with a high near 92. West wind about 10 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 62. West wind 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 miles an hour. On Tuesday, sunny with a high near 91. West wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, increasing to 20 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon with gusts as high as 35 miles an hour. We have 70 degrees downtown, 31% relative humidity, wind out of the west-northwest 5 to 7 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, and the weather served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill. You'll find them just off Highway 86 in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials.
My name is Sarah Griffin, and I'm the Executive Director of the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As a monthly donor, you can help the Imperial Valley Food Bank purchase food in bulk to meet the growing needs of the more than 25,000 people we serve each month at over 30 locations. Even small monthly gifts can go a long way in helping fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley. Please consider giving monthly by donating online at www.ivfoodbank.org.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. But James Harden had the two worst consecutive shooting performances of his entire career in Games 2 and 3 of the 76ers Eastern Conference semifinal series against the Boston Celtics. Anyway, Harden bounced back and picked up the 76ers, and Game 4 now puts the 76ers and the Celtics at 2 games each in the East playoffs. And in news from the world of horse racing, Venezuelan trainer Gustavo Delgado won his first Kentucky Derby, a moment that left him almost speechless. Hall of Fame jockey Javier Castellano, who had been winless in 15 previous Kentucky Derby runs, reached the Roses with a win. KXO Sports Time is 7:52.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball, the Padres dropped a tough one, went 10 innings, and the Dodgers came from behind and beat the Padres 5-2. Rangers ripped the Angels 16-8. Braves nipped the Orioles 3-2. Phillies beat up on the Red Sox 6-1. Blue Jays pounded the Pirates 10-1. Rockies rolled over the Mets 13-6. Guardians shut out the Twins 2-0. Rays edged the Yankees 8-7. That went 10 innings. Royals over the Athletics 5-1. Cardinals clobbered the Tigers 12-6. Marlins nipped the Cubs 5-4. Went 14 innings. The Brewers over the Giants 7-3. White Sox topped the Reds 17-4. Mariners over the Astros 3-1. And the Nationals edged the Diamondbacks 9-8. And Vida Blue, who became the youngest, most valuable player in American and National League history in 1971, and helped the Athletics win 3 state World Series championships, passed away Saturday. Vida Blue was 73. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Ahead of a highly anticipated meeting between President Joe Biden and congressional leaders, senior Treasury officials reiterated dire warnings of economic chaos and catastrophe if the U.S. doesn't raise the debt ceiling as the country barrels toward default in early June. I know he wants to set up a process in which spending priorities and levels are discussed and negotiated, but these negotiations should not take place with a gun, really, to the head of the American people, according to U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. While congressional Republicans want to tie any debt ceiling hike to spending and budget cuts, the administration has said the two issues are separate. Meanwhile, Wall Street, after a comeback on Friday, after 4 consecutive days of declines, kind of mixed today. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all showing red right now. The Dow off 60 points at 33,614. The S&P 500 down 2 at 4134. And the NASDAQ off 29 at 12,206. Gold up $7.20 an ounce. Oil up $1.50 a barrel. The S&P 500's health, utilities, and information technology sectors rose for the week and outperformed the broad index. That suggests investors are positioning themselves defensively to weather potential market disturbance ahead. The April Consumer Price Index and Producer Price Index are on deck for this week. Both are key inflation prints that could help determine the Fed's next course of action in its battle against inflation. A strong April jobs report has renewed concerns that the economy is still too hot, and the Fed expected to temper any adjustments that they plan on making.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 92, west wind about 10 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 62, west wind 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Tomorrow sunny with a high near 91, west winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, picking up to 20 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon with gusts as high as 35 miles an hour. We have 71 degrees downtown El Centro, 34% relative humidity, wind out of the west-northwest 5 to 7 miles an hour. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. CBS News is just ahead. When you have a chance, check out our website, kxoradio.com. You can follow us on Facebook. And by the way, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our morning news, 7:30 till 8, is available on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe. It's free. Go ahead and tell your friends and family out of the valley about that.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. There's grief, outrage, and a lot of questions after the mall shooting in Allen, Texas that left 8 people dead. Stephen Spainhour went to the scene after getting a call from his son who was nearby.
It was a war zone there. There's no way these people could have survived the assault of those weapons.
At least one was an AR-15 style rifle. CBS's Omar Villafranca says the gunman was killed by police, and now authorities are trying to determine the motive for the attack.
2 sources tell CBS News that the shooter had a patch on his clothing that said RWDS, and they believe that stands for Right-Wing Death Squad, associated with extremist and right-wing neo-Nazi groups. But investigators also say that they're trying to see if he may have been associated with the cartel or prison gangs.
8 people also died in Brownsville, Texas, when an SUV drove into a crowd near a migrant center yesterday. Police Lieutenant Martin Sandoval says the investigation's focused on the driver who tried to flee at the scene.
He's actually given us various different names, so it's kind of hard to identify him, but as soon as we get him to our city jail, he's going to get photographed and fingerprinted, and his fingerprints will be run through our AFIS system in order for us to get an accurate ID.
Well, closing arguments today in the civil rape and defamation trial brought by columnist E. Jean Carroll against former President Trump. Legal analyst Rebecca Royfeed.
The plaintiffs here really have to prove, simply that it's more likely than not that this is what happened. So it's a much lower standard, but that said, a huge amount of time has passed.
Well, now to Ukraine and the preparations for a much-anticipated counteroffensive.
This army of underdogs is gearing up for a battle that could prove pivotal in the course of the war. Training at a quarry 15 miles from the front line. Call sign Zook is a high school history teacher.
You mentioned your goals and your purpose. What is that goal?
To come back home with victory soon, he said, and everyone will return to the normal life that we've all lost. Ukrainian troops are determined to win this war by the year's end. Charlie D'Agata, eastern Ukraine.
A cancer diagnosis is usually more than just a health challenge. Kathy Bradley's study at the University of Colorado found patients dealing with mounting out-of-pocket costs and lower-income people facing a host of hurdles.
They were more likely to lose their jobs as a result of cancer caregiving and just encountered all kinds of economic issues that someone of higher income were doing the same thing, but they could absorb it.
Right now at Wall Street, the Dow is down 47 points. NASDAQ is down 23, and the S&P is down about a half point. This is CBS News.
Find your next great hire with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, to polos and khakis, to Oxfords or T-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Elevate your sleep with Mike Lindell's Giza Dream Bed Sheets. Ultra soft, breathable, and durable Giza cotton ensures comfort. Enjoy a 60-day money-back guarantee and 10-year warranty. For a limited time, get 50% off Giza Dream Sheets starting at $29.98. Visit MyPillow.com, click Radio Podcast Square, and use promo code SKY for amazing MyPillow offers. Call 1-800-635-1825 or visit MyPillow.com now using promo code SKY for fantastic deals.
A surprise appearance on ABC's American Idol last night.
Newly crowned King Charles and Queen Camilla popped in to make sure Lionel Richie wasn't going to make good on those words he sang at the Windsor Castle concert.
Because I just wanted to check how long you'll be using this room for.
Seriously, he told Richie and Katy Perry.
Thank you so much for your brilliant performance. And it was wonderful. It really was.
The segment was pre-taped. The Idol broadcast began at 1 a.m. UK time. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
26-year-old Nick Gilbert has died. He got attention first as a 14-year-old representing the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA draft lottery. 3 times the team got the number 1 overall pick when he was there. He was the son of the team's owner. He had neurofibromatosis, where tumors grow in the head, spinal cord, and skin. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Hey, this is fun, isn't it?
With Carroll Buckley.
Good God. Is this some kind of joke? Ha ha, that's funny. 12:30.